Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. DMV Sports Network here. You've got Matt Geyer on the mic with the one and only Donovan Wallace doing all the hard stuff behind the camera. We have just withstood about an hour rain delay. Lightning and everything blew through pretty good. Looked like we'd be seeing an arc floating by, but it never came, and we look like we are good forecast-wise for the night. Lights go out at 11. We got started a couple minutes before 9, so we should be good. Looking forward to a fun match. Two Super League teams that know each other really well. Basically counting as, in essence, a preseason, almost a non-conference game. In that it is the beginning. It will count. Both teams are playing in the Open Cup. They're hoping to both be able to make a half-decent run there. So they needed to get this game in, which is why we've sat here for the last hour waiting for everything to blow through. Two teams from Northern Virginia that know each other really well. Can be described as a power versus finesse. Working right to left with the black socks and the all-white kits is the Aegean Hawks. And then Pittsburgh-founded Yinzers in the Steeler black and gold, working left to right. They are the team that's known to be stronger, more aggressive, more physical. Aegean is a really good team on the ball, lots of skill, loves to move the ball around. So it'll be interesting to see kind of which style of play takes over and wins tonight. We are just a couple minutes in, as you can see on your screen. No shots on goal yet. Aegean did threaten in the first couple minutes, wasn't able to get anything through. Rolled harmlessly to goalkeeper Nolan in the back. Yinzer's trying to get some pressure down in the Aegean area. Neither team having any success in the final third. Those of you watching from warm at home, hopefully with some hot chocolate. Oh, nice ball up over the top. Well read. Keeper comes out. Nolan plays that well. Read it the whole way. This day and age of the keeper sweeper coming out has made such a difference in how teams have to play. Years past, that ball would have been collected by the forward with the keeper staying back on the line, and we would have seen a breakaway opportunity. As it stands now, goalkeeper Nolan Mann was able to get out, get on it pretty harmlessly and handle it. Yinzer's now looking for a little bit of possession. Aegean winning it back. A couple players have gone down. Ref hasn't seen anything yet worthy of a whistle. Have a high-level crew for you tonight. Experienced Sarah S. in the middle. Joe J. on one line. Milan P. on the other line. On the far line over there is AR2. Joe is the one in your screen closest. Expect a well-called game from them tonight. Sarah's got a ton of experience. Very comfortable with this level game. Well fit, will get herself around where she needs to be. Yinzer's looking to break. Have their man on the outside flank. They opt to just knock it around. We will get you names and numbers as we can. We were able to pretty much collect them right as game was getting started. Neither team very deep tonight. Yinzer's really with one sub, and then Coach David Rosenbaum is wearing the number 5. He will be the second sub as needed. Aegean does have 4 guys in line that they can put in. Ball up over the top. Both teams kind of fighting for possession at this point. Still writing things down for you, trying to collect names and numbers. Rosenberg here on the outside. Nice little cutback. You see the patience that Aegean wants to show. Slide one through, a little bit aggressive there. Jackson wearing the 9 in white for Aegean, trying to get open. Dunn there putting some pressure on the ball. Yinzers initially do a good job breaking through. Third pass failed them. Aegean back on possession. This looks like it's settling into what we expected. Yinzers will get it. They will attack with some force. Aegean will try to win it back and then look to knock around 6 or 7. They get about 4 passes there and then collect the throw in. Aegean trying to go up over the top with the throw. It will work for them to advance about 20 yards. You can see on the screen, Yinzers have 5 guys back, seem to be playing a 5-3-2. That will certainly transition offense to defense. Nice tackle there. Aegean winning it back. Dunn tried to slot it through, not able to find his man. Yinzers will try to find a little bit of possession here. What success they have had has been on that left flank. They're going to try to keep exploiting it. Now they're coming back through the middle. Big ball up over the top. Not quite able to get through. Schuller is trying to find his man. Will serve for a throw-in for the Yinzers. That served to gain about 25 yards worth of space for them. Defensively, Aegean looks like they're in the 4-4-2 with a flat back 4. Then a 6 and a 9 in the middle 4. 6 and a 10 rather. And then 7-11 up top. Talking position numbers, not player numbers. Both teams trying to win one up over the top. Neither team's falling for it. Both teams are solid in the air. Another ball in the air, intercepted. Yinzers in the attack. Not much help. Looking for the long ball there. Did look like once he held it up, he was going to have a little bit of support and help. I think he was thinking he was still by himself. And kind of forced it. definitely see two teams that know each other well. They're trying to knock it around. Neither team's really letting the other one through. Nice ball up over the top. Is going to be a little heavy. Going to run out for a goal kick for the Yinzers. Neither team really able to establish any true possession dominance yet. The Aegeans probably have possession 55-45 at this point. The Yinzers have gotten into the attack. We've not seen a save by either keeper. Yinzers are definitely going to look to play these long. Got under a little bit of a backspin ball, didn't quite go. Nice initial flick by Norega. Over the top and running back all the way through to keeper Ramos. Looks like he's going to opt for a short option. Chooses to pick it up, which he can since it came from the opponent. Does play the short option. Tries to skip a line. Another interception. Yinzer's sliding this back around. They try to skip up over the top. Pattern we've seen from both teams. Neither one getting through. Both either being won and intercepted or ball skipping all the way through to two keepers. Both keepers are solid. Playing up over the top. Little bit of a shove from behind. Referee gave it a second to play out. Forced Aegean negative. So she called it back. Johnson taking the shove here. He'll go up into the defense. Bradley on it, looking to drive it left-footed, gets it up over the top. Once again, had a man in there. It ran through. Jackson was calling for that to be a little bit more lofted, give him a moment to get up and under it. Jackson's been sitting more on this left wing. Aegean definitely floats back and forth. Looks like when they're in the attack, they're in a 4-3-3. And then as soon as they're defending, it turns into a 4-4-2. So Jackson's here on this left wing, but without a doubt has been the one main target that they've been looking for up front. Strong, pacey forward that will cause damage if he can get the ball into the attack. Yinzer's across. Another header out. Second ball did go to the Yinzers. Aegean initially bobbling that a little bit. Long ball played. Ricocheting off a couple players. Yinzer's looking for that left flank where they found a little bit of success so far. Dan Scholler anchoring the defense back there. Finds Norega in the middle, back to Scholler. They're going to try this flank and then slide it all the way back. Cherry all the way back to man, back up to Scholler. Scholler definitely has the power to play a 40, 50-yard ball. Austin Pelta is the man in 10 in yellow. That seems to be their primary target. Cherry doing a nice job winning that. At the moment, looks like we're having defensive heading practice. Remember days gone by where, as both a forward and defender, balls were just continually played in the air in a practice. You were forced to head them, either a skip header going forward or defensive headers up and out. We probably have seen 15 defensive headers. Ball trying to be slotted through, well defended by Yinzers, but goes out for an Aegean throw. Mo Dahir did a nice job, 19 in yellow, to get over there, get on the ball, get it deflected, not allow that cross in. Bradley hit a nice left-footed cross that would have been trouble. It was low and skipping, wet turf. Never allowed to get through. Aegean still playing it on the line, never went out. And then off the Yinzers. Ishmael yielding to Brady for the throw. Coming over, Brady trying to get on left. Oh, nice left foot across. Now he drives one with his right foot. Well struck. Nice piece of defending there for the Yinzers, stepping up. Yinzers win it, trying to get it down the line. Aegean now on the front foot a little bit. Play over the last 5 minutes has been almost exclusively in their attacking half, forcing the Yinzers back. Yinzers do defend pretty well and aggressively. You can see within about 20, 25 yards from goal, they've got 8 bodies. Not afraid to throw some numbers back, keep it well defended. Man, a solid goalie, standing about 6'5", back in the Yinzers' goal. That one skips off the wet turf, goes through, giving the Yinzers a possession on their offensive half. They're going to be looking to get some pressure. They're trying to pull up the lines now, get some support. They've shifted almost to a back three in this situation. Not a lot of movement on that throw and made it pretty predictable. Aegean able to win it. Norega back to Schuller. Schuller slides it across. Bannon does a nice job to get it. Back to Schuller. Aegean doing a really nice job. You can see that they've got all 11 guys behind the ball. So anytime that the Yinzers are attacking about midfield, they're having to go through all 11 guys in white. Look like a deflection coming out. Referee Cruz says no. Throw for the Yinzers. Yinzers getting about 6 guys into the offensive attack. Looks like we have a long throw coming here. Najee backing up, looking like he wants to really fire it across. Gets it almost near post. Nice run early. Yinzers trying to get control, not able to get it. Ball bounces out. Aegean keeper Ramos had called for the second ball. It's exactly what they won. And then they will bust out. Sent 3 guys forward, not able to maintain possession in the midfield. Yinzers will go back into the attack. Now, in the last 4 or 5 minutes, possession's been almost all black and gold. Ball played up over the cross, over the top, rather. Fighting for it. Aegean midfielder goes down. Ishmael able to shield that off and get the call. Nice little piece of skill in the back from Godwin. Did a nice job to keep his defender off. Get that turn. Ishmael slides it back outside. But then sliding through. Neither team has won the midfield battle yet. Both teams, when they have it in the midfield, are getting pressure, not getting many good options, trying to play some balls long over the top, such as that, and then that's exactly what's happened. It's looked kind of like a bad college football game with about 22 interceptions in the first 20 minutes. A little bit of a careless tackle there. Referee does a nice job to get there and serve as a peacekeeper, make sure nobody's getting too frustrated. Bradley kind of lunged at it and was worse for the wear. He took the shot, but certainly committed the foul. As we talked about pregame, Yinzers are thought to be the more physical team. We've not seen a whole lot either way. Really well-played, clean game. One of the first fouls we had there has just been a couple little knick-knack ones, clipping of feet. Yinzers going for a long shot. Definitely appeared to take a deflection. Keeper Ramos does an excellent job to grab it before it goes out. It was really hard to tell who it deflected off of. As a keeper, you don't want to let that slide out if you don't have to. Yield that corner kick could be all the difference in a tight game like this. The Yinzer side really has some height to it, has some size. They've probably got 4 or 5 starters over 6 foot. So if they get an opportunity for a corner kick, could really crash with some force. We have our first sub of the night for Aegean. Looks like it was initially called. Yep, Abor, number 7, coming in for Aegean. Ishbeel slides out. Looked like he thought he was going back in. Coach David said, hang on for a little bit. Much looser substitution rules here in the SSL, the Super League, versus UPSL, NPSL. Abor showing some nice possession, but then gives it away. Going for another long shot. The Yinzer side definitely showing a propensity to take some strikes from distance, take their chances. Nothing really showing through yet. We have that as the first officially recorded save. Aegean into the attack. We have a 2-on-2 situation. Slide it through, finds their man. He looks for a bending ball, far post. Was Jackson, and Mike Cherry stepped up and got that deflected out. And we will have the first corner of the night. Aegean's still playing this conservatively, only 7 guys up into the box with 10 defending for Yinzers. But Aegean able to re-win the throw-in off of a deflection off of a head, defender head for the Yinz. So Aegean looking for another one, still only sending about 7 guys, 6 guys forward. Second, third ball bouncing around. Aegean finds it. Nice little flick over the back from Jackson, but not able to do much with it. Well read there by Godwin. A little bit of a loose touch. Fighting for it. Jackson back on it. Can't quite get it either. Back to Yinzers. Yinzers give it away. Re-won by the Yinzers. Now they look to switch sides. Again, they definitely like that left flank. But Aegean doing a nice job shutting it down. Looks like we're about to see just about every sub that the Yinzers have. 4 in total. Push from behind by Johnson. Aegean again, really disciplined, getting 11 guys behind the ball. Keeping 10 of them there. Yinz's looking to switch sides, try to find a different view, different angle. Neither keeper threatened at all yet. Anything they've collected really have been just ball slotting through or fairly easy crosses, pass backs. Ramos for Aegean with one save, but a shot from distance through about 5 players, not serving as too much of a threat. Kozlowski, Rodman, Gardner looking to come in here momentarily for the Yinzers. Johnson, a nice bit of skill there on top of the ball. Oh, nifty little back flick. Aegean showing the skill that they have from front to back. Not at all uncomfortable on the ball under pressure, even the defenders. Jackson back on it, who has dropped much deeper now. He was their sole target up front. Now has dropped really in almost the center of the midfield. Barnes doing a nice piece of defending over there. He thought he had won it. Referee says it went out for the Yinzers. They're going to make these final 2 subs now. Looks like they have one more that hasn't gotten in yet. Totally changes the game here in the Super Soccer League, that subs can come and go much more freely. UPSL, NPSL, once you're out, you're done. So especially when teams aren't able to field a bunch of subs, they have to really ride, kind of dance with the girl that brought them. Yinzers with the advantage here with about 5 subs to truly 1. We'll call it 1.5 if coach decides to put himself in to give somebody a break for Aegean. David is in uniform. He's not gotten on the field yet. He has gotten his 1 sub in. I'm sure Ishmael will be looking to get back in here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Approaching the 30-minute mark here. About 15 to go. Both teams really feeling each other out. Certainly not expecting a high-scoring affair tonight. We'll see when the first goal comes and if that opens things up. Ball played across. Did have Johnson momentarily, but that ball banged just too directly on a bullet. No air under it. Hit and skidded off. We've had pretty dry weather here in the area until about half hour before game time, and then we got the better part of an hour worth of rain. So turf playing well, but certainly is going to be a little damp. Ball will tend to skip. As a keeper, you're prepared for balls driven low and hard, making sure you get in front of them and just get them shielded and blocked out. Trying to get down quickly. But both these teams understand each other. They've played numerous times. They know each other. Really evenly matched. So they're not given many opportunities. Both teams very disciplined defensively, getting guys back. To that point, Yinzers right now with 10 guys even or behind the ball defensively. They win it, very confidently playing it out. Looks like we're going to have another foul called. Barnes coming through the back. A little bit of a futile attempt to argue that. We saw both a shirt pull and an elbow. Yinzer player went down. Both teams continuing to try to bang balls up over the top. I think what's going to be more effective is if they can play through the midfield. Whichever team can win the battle in the midfield, get some space in the midfield, get it in the midfield, going downhill, attacking offensively, then looking to slide something diagonal on the ground to a forward is going to be a much better attempt and attack than these balls up over the top. And again, hit and won by Aegean. That one does go out. Yinz will at least win the throw-in out of it. Gardner and Alduate coming in. Yinz's doing a good job of using their subs, trying to keep some fresh legs. Certainly they can count to one for the one sub that Aegean has. They know that that's going to be an area of advantage for them. That ball up over the top does initially go through. Aegean won the second. Yinz's on it, not able to control it. They do get it back, and looks like they're going to have to play it back again. Bannon on it, head up. Slides it back to Schuler. A little bit better attempt there. That ball was slotted diagonally on the ground, had a chance of getting through. Yinz forward, not able to get a foot on it. Ramos read it well. Ramos trying a half volley punt there, trying to get it through on the ground to his forward. Not able to get it. A little bit of a push from behind. Wasn't seen, wasn't called. Jackson trying to win it. Schuler on the ball, which is exactly what this Yinz team wants in the back. They want him to have it, have time. If he's being pressured with Aegean with 2 or 3 forwards with the ball, it's going to be a problem. When Schuler has it, head up, distributes well, has the ability to bang a 40, 50-yard ball quickly and accurately. Absolutely a battle in the midfield, and neither team midfield really able to win it yet. Both these teams play well organized. They're looking for possession. They move off the ball. They're looking for the quick 1-2. They're playing the triangle game. But what we've not seen is a midfielder that really has taken control, gotten on the ball, beaten anybody, and then created an odd number rush moving forward. And until we see that, it's going to come down to these long balls and one of them getting through. Yinz's playing a high line now, about 40 yards from their goal. Aegean looking down the right flank. Little bit of promise here. Yinz still about 7 guys back. Jackson slides it through. Well defended. Yinz's just running with them. Sub Gardner there read that well and just escorted the forward in the ball back to his goalie. Schuler definitely serving as the defensive captain, the quarterback of the defense back there. Second ball once again was lost. Johnson on it, looking for the flick. Aegean under the attack, looking for a longer shot. D'Agostino trying to find something far post. Almost looked like he might have man beat, but it was well outside the post. Man had that covered well. And here's the Aegean sub. Ishmael coming back into the game as we suspected. Feldman coming out to get a little bit of a breather. Coach David trying to shuffle guys in and out. He's got the one sub, trying to give as many guys breaks as he can. Most of these guys in white are going to go the bulk of the 90 minutes. So we'll see what that looks like late in the game. Yinz's with an attack, but we're in the same scenario, about a 2-on-7. Aegean wins it. Now they're in about a 2-on-7 going back. I think General MacArthur would have been real happy with the defensive stand both these teams are taking tonight. Every time the ball is won, the other team's looking at a major disadvantage going forward. Jackson here now trying to win it. He is surrounded by yellow jerseys. Yinzers keep finding the Rega in the middle, but he's not able to really turn and get any space. When he does win it, he's just having to play it backward, which is exactly what Aegean would have been looking for. To you young players out there, anytime you can force your man to play negatively, to turn back and play backwards, especially in the midfield, you've really done your job. Not giving him too much space to get turned and get head up. Once head's up, if he's got space, then your defenders have to retreat. And this is what we keep seeing. Under pressure, hitting long balls, really hopeful, wishing balls. Quite optimistic. Nice rollback and flick by Kozlowski. Johnson does get it. Took a little bit of pull in the back. I think there was a little bit of embellishment and spin and turn and fall on his part. Schürrle tries to bang it out. Not able to connect. More than 80% of the way in the first half, and we have not had a threatening ball on goal. We have Aegean recording one save. Yinzer's goalkeeper, man, not having any yet. We look to see at halftime if either of these teams look to make any differences in the midfield, either formation-wise. If anybody goes to a 3-5-2, trying to win that battle in midfield, or shifts personnel a little bit. If this was an NFL game, then it would be the equivalent of teams only going from about the 40 to the 40 and punting and giving the ball back, and other team gets up to about the 40 and sends a ball and either gets it intercepted or has to punt. No penetration, no attack. Aegean seems to have the players that are a little bit more crafty, but not really having the space and almost don't seem to have permission to really attack and win balls one-on-one. Every one-on-one situation we've seen, they've passed out of. Yinzer's definitely looking to pass. Bannon coming through, knocking Jackson to the ground. Aegean goes for an early ball. Oh, almost winning that. Looked to be well defended. Thank you, Donovan. Hanging on to the headset while we chase the ball for players. Yinzer's trying to get some high defensive pressure, almost winning. Best chance that they would have had for an odd man break. Talking to Coach David, was really comfortable with ball skill, ball control of all 13 of his guys, and they've shown it even in the back under pressure. We'll look to see whether players have a little bit more opportunity and more permission to kind of attack, beat men one-on-one going forward. Johnson is one that's shown to be pretty crafty. Pretty easy fall there for Lee. Looked like a good no call. Then Lee showing some frustration, clipping the feet here of Oduate. So we have the first booking of the night for Descent. $18 Lee. Aegean has 2 Lees, wearing 12 and wearing 18. Referee's getting it right there, so the throw will be to White. Could have carded or given a foul for the, couldn't have given a foul, but could have given a card for the contact after the ball went out. Just a warning there. But it did go out off yellow, so White gets it. Lee tries to flick that one up over the top. Players getting a little feistier here, a little more vocal with our referee. Referee Sarah, again, used to it, does a good job to take command. Once again, third touch on the 1-2-3, not serving well, going all the way through. Rosenberg, 17, now really pretty much up by himself for the Yinzers. Now tries to get back, does get in an onside position. Once both these coaches watch this tape, I think the next 2 practice sessions are just going to be with midfield possession, winning it, getting it into the attack, trying to get in a one-on-one situation, beating their man, then getting odd number rushes going forward. Something neither team's been able to do yet. Yinzers trying to go up over the top. Once again, well read. Barnes does an excellent job, gets it back to Ramos. Godwin on it. Back to Barnes. Looked like that ball was kind of forced. He was going outside right flank all the way, and I think when he looked up, his player had a yellow jersey all draped all over him. Long ball over the top, played through. Seems to be something we've said a few times tonight. We are in the 46th minute. Searching for any reasons we've seen in the first half or really any extra stoppage time. Hasn't been much. Subs have been quick. No injuries as of yet. We have the 1 card. So can't imagine much more than a minute or 2 here. Johnson slides it back. Aegean, nice little piece of skill there. Slides it through, has Jackson running down the outside. Jackson getting it on his right foot. Finds the man, slides it across. Little bit of a big bounce, heavy touch. Still on it. Ishmael gets it out wide. They've got men in the middle. If they can slide it across, get it through. Dunn stays on it, puts it back across, well deflected out. Bradley there almost was able to win it and get a shot. Not quite. We're going to have the foul coming forward by Obor. And that will be the end of the first half. So really, we had a half without a true aggressive shot on goal, without either keeper having to do anything what we would define as a plus save. So teams are going to regroup. The team that solves the midfield issue here will win this game. So with Donovan Wallace, Matt Geyer, we will take a break with you for about 10 minutes, and we'll be back to see whether either team can break through. All right, folks. Matt Geyer, Donovan back here with you, starting the second half. 0-0 affair. Battle of the long ball so far, none penetrating through. We do see for the Yinzers, they have swap goalkeepers. Captain Kareem there in the back will secure this. We'll see whether they play him a little bit more with his feet. Big target Nolan that was back there. Did a good job, didn't have a whole lot of work to do. Scholler looking for a long ball, finds his man. But what we've continued to see is second and third balls have deflected. That one does deflect. Ramos doing a nice job sliding into second base there. Hit the turf and went about another 4 yards. It worked to his advantage. A little bit of a giveaway on the throw. The team that can win the ball, win the second ball, and get into a possessed attack is the one that's going to probably break through first here. Nice slot through to Johnson. Kareem well off his line, read it well. Looks comfortable back there with the gloves on. Certainly comfortable on his feet. Looking almost for a home run ball there from goalkeeper. Aegean looking for the possession. They have it a little bit more to start. Find Johnson with a little bit of space. Good looking opportunity. Johnson cuts in, looks for a left-footed shot. Not quite able to get much on it. Captain Kareem Najib does a nice job just to secure that, but was never really threatening. I think Johnson's going to want to keep looking once he makes that cut and find some space, see if he could find a runner. The only shots we've seen tonight have been from about 30 yards out through 3 or 4 defenders, keepers easily collecting them. Yinzers trying down the right side. They seem to favor the left side. Ball up over the top. Pelta there trying to snag it out of the air. Did a nice job, showed a good bit of athleticism. Not quite able to secure it. Throw-in coming. Aegean's going to look to just play back, keep possession. Giveaway. Norega has it. Passes outside. We see somebody attacking. 1-on-3. Floated ball up. Header out. Not quite all the way out. Nice piece of defending there. Barnes staying composed, recognizing that he had time. Had his keeper, just headed it back. Keeper went outside the post, which is what you teach young keepers, so that if anything does slide through, it's going out for a corner kick, not through for a goal. Nice turn. Norega's on it. Oh, does a nice job. Ramos is on it. Does a nice job coming through. Ramos has really showed some great acceleration. Reads it, anticipates it well. Ball comes across. Yinzer's trying to get ahead on it. Ball's bouncing around. Oh, Ramos was down on the ground. Was able to secure it. That ball almost popped through. Yinzer's had a man sitting on the far post, unmarked. Ramos going up over the top. Intercepted, but second ball going to Aegean. Game opening up a little bit here. Johnson showing some skill, looking to get it back. They use him as a dummy. They slide it back. Looking for Johnson. Had Johnson taken the first touch and busted through, he would have been open. It just came back a little bit. Physical play there by Scholler. Ball went back. Kareem would have been able to handle that, but didn't take the chance. Played it with his leg. Certainly not an intentional back pass, so keeper then can use their hands. Kareem clearly a skilled field player. Back there looks comfortable in goal. Throw-in coming for Yinzers. You see them really staying defensively. Still keeping 5, 6 guys behind the ball, even with them going into the attack. Crossing midfield. Just about crossing midfield. And Aegean gets on it. They have an opportunity. They have Johnson break it through. One-on-one, best opportunity of the day. Johnson tries to cut to his left. Bends it around. Oh, nice save by Kareem. Then the ball hit. Scholler blocks the shot. Great opportunity there for Aegean. Johnson definitely favoring that left foot. Kind of cut it into traffic. Might have found more space if he had just really pressed it hard right at the far post, opening up both sides of the goal. Instead, cut it in. Got a shot that was probably going to curl in on the left side. Defender and Kareem were able to get back. Kareem got the initial save, and then Scholler, big defender, was able to use his chest for the second save. Back into it. Johnson down. This one slides across with his right foot. Showing a little bit of flexibility and a little bit there of skill with both legs. Misplayed. Have a 1-on-3. Yinzers breaking through. Now they're in a 3-on-4 situation. Step over scissors, looking for the long shot. Deflected. Out by Ishmael. Scholler trying to bang it forward. Wet ball kind of slid off the side of his boot going out. So the best opportunity we've seen so far. Johnson broke through, had a chance for a 1-on-1, opted to kind of pull it back, looked for the bending, curling shot far post. Kareem did a good job finding the lanes there. Defenders basically took either post, and he took the middle. Yinzers looking to get into the attack. Aegean seems to be asserting himself a little bit more, but Yinzers are still going into the counter. Look for a long 50-yard ball there. Definitely a wanting, hopeful ball. And then they return to favor. Johnson giving a thumbs up, but wasn't too high of odds percentage there that that ball was going to find him. You love to see the forwards that are encouraging their defenders and not yelling that every ball isn't perfect. At the moment, Johnson, number 10 in white, definitely seems to be the X factor. If he's able to break through, get a ball, get into space, particularly get it on his left foot. Nice roll back by Scholler there under pressure. Slides it out. Another roll back. Looks like a futsal practice here. Going across. Aegean working it well. Norega gets it. Up across. Skips one of the Aegean lines. Coming vertically. Finds Scholler. Scholler up over the top. Has his man just not going to be able to collect it. Talking off air at halftime. Both teams definitely seem to be struggling with the wet turf. They're looking to bang balls long and hard, and these balls are skipping and taking off. On a wetter surface or on a drier surface, drier ball, they are going to tend to bounce up a little bit more, slow down, but everything is skipping and running through. So we still only have 2 saves recorded for Yinz, 1 save for Aegean. The Aegean shot, the last one, was absolutely the best opportunity. Ball bounced up, possibly hitting an arm, but wouldn't have had time to move it out of the way. Ref says play on. Jackson with a nice flip up over there. Excuse me, Jackson's on it now. That was a bore with the nice flick up over the top to Johnson. Johnson trying to hang out here on this left flank. Ball going through. Defended well. They're going to slot it back to Kareem. He'll go back outside. Skipping lines, but just got through. Back to Aegean. Lee's on it. Obor slides it back outside. Trying to find some room out there. Wet turf kind of took a player out, but they stayed down. Obor looking to slide it through. A little bit of a no look. If he finds Johnson, has space. Read well there by Kozlowski. Kozlowski gets them in the attack, going forward. So we are going to have a handball. Defender slid across as he was sliding. Ball hit his hand. Looks like Norega is really lobbying here for a card on that handball. Certainly not an intentional. If the ref deemed that that arm was being used as a support post to help him from falling further or getting up, then it's not a handball. She deemed that the arm was stretched out on the turf, so therefore an unnatural position. Did call it. Certainly not cardable, or not worthy of a card anyway. Long shot up over the top. Commanders would take that for a 38-yard field goal. But in our game here, just goes out for another goal kick. One-on-one battle on the outside goes in favor of Yinz. They're going to look for a long throw opportunity here. Probably treat this like a corner. Big Schuler comes barreling up from the back. Yinzer's looking to put a good bit into this basket. 7 players going forward. Try to get it in. Ball initially won by Aegean. Second ball head out, but just falls to Yinzers. Petruski on it. Left-footed, slotted across. Scholler, who'd stayed up, hits that, leaving them a little exposed in the back. Now they've got a 2-on-1 situation. Johnson attacking. He's going to look to cut this in. If he keeps this to his right, oh, he does. Nice job, just not able to really sell it, not able to keep control of it. Defender shielded him well to the right. Kareem did a nice job reading it, working with his defender. Keepers will tell you a lot of times they'd rather face a one-on-one situation than a one-on-two where they have a defender. It at times can complicate the matter a little bit more, especially if there isn't good communication, keeper to defender. Kareem and the defender there did an excellent job. Shielded Johnson out to his right, his weaker foot. Not able to do much. Ball slots through, initially gets deflected, but goes back to the keeper. And again, since you could argue it wasn't really played intentional, certainly not passed back, that ball is allowed to go back to the keeper. Godwin bangs it, loses. Yinzers with the second, third ball. And as we've been seeing all game, after Aegean with about the first 10 minutes of possession, this next 10 minutes has gone to the Yinzers. Another shot deflected. Probably about the 7th or 8th deflected shot we've seen tonight. Ball flicked up over the top. Ishmael did a good job. Ishmael back on it. Ishmael strong and confident on the ball. Does a nice job to play it all the way across. Finds Bradley. Godwin trying to shield it out. Instead, he'll just turn and take some space going forward. Trying to get it on his right foot and drive it. Takes a little bit of a bump. Finds Obor. Obor looking up over the top. Finds Johnson. We were curious to see whether the flag was going to stay down if he collected it. Did not collect it. 6th Doherty into the match for Yinz. Yinz seems to have lost a few subs down to 3. We see goalkeeper Nolan, who we thought might be leaving, still stayed. Kozlowski catching a breather. Scholler slides it across. This is where things have been breaking down for both teams. And again, not able to really win and control the midfield. Aegean, the team with the far less subs, has looked to be a little bit fresher, has won a little bit of space in the midfield. And again, Johnson here on the outside seems to be the player that if they score, things are either going to go through him or he'll be used as a dummy. They're trying to find him on this right flank. And they go to the left side. Johnson's floating, trying to find some space. Coming back defensively now. Get it through. Odor intercepts it. Might have been better to let it go through. Nice backspin ball up over the top. Forward able to get on it. Has been the case all night. Second, third touches have let both teams down. Advantage played. Ball, Jackson tried to skip it through to Johnson. Donovan sounds like a DC law firm. Jackson and Johnson LLC. Attorneys at law. Nice thought by Jackson. I like the idea. Again, this wet ball, wet turf, it hit and skidded out. Yinzer's finding a little bit of space in the midfield. Get a misplay from Ishmael. Collects it well. Ishmael's really shown a lot of composure. Johnson there not able to hang on to that one. Seemed to hike it football style through his legs once it went out. Thought we might have a warning coming from our referee. Cherry in the back. Scholler looking across. Has Doherty here on the flank. Finds Petrulski. Petrulski gets a nice turn. Still looking at about 7 white shirts in front of him. Forced to play it back. Both teams showing a good bit of patience. Neither team really able to get anything into a penetrating attack. Both sides have shown the propensity for some possession. Misplayed there by Godwin. Ball came up. Shot taken. Then deflected, so we will have a Yinz corner kick coming. Yinz sending 7 guys forward, including Big Scholler. Kind of floating about the penalty spot at the moment. Sliding a couple more guys now. Only 2 Yinzers defenders back with Johnson, the solo forward for Aegean. Aegean's got 10 guys into the box. Johnson's trying to switch sides there. Stops in the middle. In-swinger, far post. Finds his man on it. Not able to get it back in the mix. Looked like he was trying to force it back on goal. Had he been able to get that second ball back, send it back across the frame of the goal the other side. 2, 3 yellow shirts waiting for it. Team's starting to get a little bit more of the opportunities, but other than the one great opportunity with Johnson seemingly having broken through. So we have an advantage called. Odor tried to take his man down, wasn't able to. Petrulski has it. 1-on-1, stepping scissors, gets the shot, gets a deflection. Hit a far-sided defender, bounced out. Yinzer's able to get it, but all the way back at midfield. Petrulski here on the outside wearing 14 seems to be dangerous as well. Looks like it's going to come down to him or Johnson breaking through for their teams. who's going to be able to get the ball at pace, beat a man into the box, and either get a shot or find an open target forward. Yinzers with a couple subs coming. Bunch of twos. Nabil Duarte, 22, looking to come in. Nolan Rodman, 12, looking to come in. Shout from Rodman. He's excited to get in. We will call it out excitedly, Mr. Rodman, if you're able to tuck one in the net. Rega doing a nice job for Yinzers, showing for the ball in the midfield. Hasn't been able to really get turned. Aegean into the attack, but as we've seen all night, about a 3v5 attack, and then that next ball sliding through and sliding out. Aegean doing a good job getting their subs, their one sub in and out. Feldman coming back into the game. Bradley will come out and take a breather. Curious to see whether Rosenbaum calls his own number, gets himself in there. The Aegean team seems to be well conditioned with only one sub. They're still moving. Trying to play a lot of possession, which is a lot easier on the legs. Occasionally looking for that long ball. Neither team able to connect on it. Jackson putting some high pressure. Up over the top. Well won, but 1-on-4 again. Petruski driving at players. Finds a flick. Nice turn. Norega looking for the call there. Certainly got pulled and turned. Looks like referee allowed the advantage to go. Yinzers were in the attack, and then the shot came. Once that shot comes, really can't call it back. That's referred to as double jeopardy. Can't really give the team two bites at the apple. Norega looking increasingly frustrated there in the middle. Petruski becoming a factor in the second half. Ball slotted through. Oh, nice piece of defending last minute. Feldman able to knock that out right before Yinzer attacker was able to get it at speed, attacking diagonally towards the goal line. Would have had some targets back behind him. And now the big targets come forward. Yinzer still playing conservative. They've got 4 guys back for just one Aegean attacker. Left-footed end swinger now. Jackson does a good job to win the first ball. Second ball to Yinzers, just kind of throwing in the mixer. Headed out by Aegean, gets a touch. All the way back, Yinzers win that third ball. Playing all the way back to Kareem. Norega winning it, not quite able to get a strong header and get it back. But as we've seen all night, that second, third ball just can't be secured in one, and it's just switching sides. Very much pinball situation. Kareem does a nice job to beat Jackson and then slide it back negatively to his outside defender. Norega now trying to find some space here on the outside. Slotting way out. Obor has it. Finds Johnson. Johnson's looking to attack. Slides it inside. Finds his man. They get it across. But even numbers now attacking. Looking for a left-footed shot. Gets the shot. And we have now one field goal either side. 3-3 if we were American football. 0-0 for our soccer match. Got about 20 minutes to go here in the match. See Yinz, Coach Evan, playing pizza delivery man, bringing some food down to his team. That's a versatile coach. Probably Uber Eats driver in the parking lot. Ball skimming off the top of Ishmael. Yinzer's looking to get a few in the attack. Schiller says, not this time. Send some other defenders forward. Aegean doing a nice job, forcing them backwards once again. Aegean with 10 defenders behind the ball. Petruski, who's been the one most promising attack for Yinzers, not quite able to get it. Captain Kareem does a nice job up over the top. And the flag does go up. Norego won it with a flick, but looked like Petruski was always in an offside position. Had Norego been able to bring it down, possibly Petruski can get back in time. But the flick would have sent Petruski in, but from offside, well called back. We're seeing this final 20 minutes. Either team's able to find an answer. Aegeans look like they've had some opportunities through the midfield. That ball deflects off. I think we're seeing the sign of some heavy legs now, especially for Aegean. Ishmael and others have gone the whole 70 minutes so far, and it's been a back and forth affair. Games where your team is either dominating possession or being dominated and you're mostly in one end are far easier than games like tonight that both teams are getting up and down the pitch, putting some miles on the legs. Johnson and Jackson staying high for Aegean. They are in a 2v4 situation, but have shown some danger, have shown some chemistry together. They could find a connection, especially if they can break Johnson through. Could be the one goal this game's looking for. Petruski does a nice job, gets it slotted outside. A little give and touch, flicking it through, finds the man. Yinzer's calling for a handball, but with the new rulings, once that ball was flicked up and the defender clearly had no time or space to get their hand out, Petruski has it at the top. Defender comes from the side. Oh, he does a great move to the outside. Looked like he had won the space. Looked like he had a clean shot. And Godwin really cut the angle quickly and well. From our perspective, it absolutely looked like he had Godwin and the other three defenders beaten and was going to be able to fire that ball far post. I don't know that Ramos would have had much of a chance at it. Godwin probably saved the game's first goal right there with a really nice piece of defending. Cut the angle well. Johnson looking to attack. Slides it back inside, likes that preferred left. Takes a little knock on his ankle for his troubles. Norego getting more and more frustrated, arguing, complaining about every call, every no call. You can see him kind of wearing out. Early in the game was showing regularly to the ball. Now is trying to find some space on the outside. Abor looks for a long, what would have been about a 40-yard blast. Ball deflected off Yinzers. Went through to Lee. Lee took about a 20-yard shot. No issues for Kareem. The 8-second call is going. Looked like referee Sarah got down to about 2 seconds. The way that works now, folks, is once the goalie collects the ball, referees are to count backwards from 8 in their head. Once they get to 5, they have to put a visual sign of a 5 up above their head. They can say it verbally if they choose to, but it's not required. Long shot. Kareem making a diving save. Defender Scholler did a nice job to come in and help him. No Aegean attackers were able to join him. Kareem was able to call him off and get the big bounce. Probably the best of the long-range shots tonight. That and Johnson's one attack, what had been a one-on-one turning into a one-on-2, one-on-3. The two best opportunities tonight. Kareem looking up over the top. Rega gets a little shove from behind. Yinzer's collecting it. Slotting it through. Rega, nice little slotted through. Not quite able to connect with his man, Pelta. One of the better chances that Yinzer's had. Just not able to get on the end of it. Aegean's doing a little bit better job of getting the ball and getting turned now. Everything's not going negative. Dunn slides it. They do drop back, but now Aegean's attacking with some numbers. They've got about 8 in the attack. Nice little flick through. Ball coming across. Not quite able to pull that back. Johnson was well wide, but he was clear of his man. If that ball gets all the way through, it's going to collect to Johnson. Would have been moving negatively out about 20 yards from goal, but certainly would have liked his opportunities to collect that in some space. Scholler on it as he's just been so much tonight. Finds his man, no holes, gets it back. Looks for Petruski here on the outside. Does a nice job to win it, not able to secure it. Ishbil wins it. Second ball back to Yinzers. Their second ball back to Aegean. Won there by Barnes. Took a knock for his troubles. Ball up over the top. Has Jackson. We're in a 2-on-4 situation. Has a step. Looking for an opportunity. Has Johnson in the middle. Slides it back. Finds his man. Looked for a shot. Didn't have it. Looking to switch it. Finds the guy on the right flank. Tries to cut it in. Bend it. Left foot. Curl it far post. Dunn not quite able to get a hold of that ball the way that he wanted. Really nice thought, though. Collected it with his right foot. Threw a right shoulder fake. Lean and push Beckenbauer move. Going to the right. Got his defender to freeze for a moment. Pulled the ball back to his left foot. Was looking to curl it outside in to the far corner. And struck much more of the middle of the ball than he wanted. And just kind of drove it straight past that far post, not curling. But a nice opportunity there. A nice piece of skill. Aegean using their sub. Bradley back in. A little bit of a dangerous ball here. Yinzers do collect it. Scholler playing it. That was Lee who came out looking pretty gassed. Has put some miles on the boots tonight. Nice last-minute lunge defending by the Yinzers, doing a good job. Tried to find Orega, not quite able to. Oh, backspin chip over the top. Found Jackson. Jackson thought he had players attacking through. Instead of corralling it, went for the back heel. But all of his players had retreated. Only one back there at that point was keeper Kareem. Coming up on about our last 10 minutes plus any stoppage time. Again, can't imagine there's going to be more than 1 or 2 minutes at this point unless anything majorly changes. Victor and Scholler trying to communicate there. Victor wisely not passing it back. The opportunity, Scholler could be put under pressure and lose it deep. Aegean trying to pass it through. Seeing some tired legs. Feldman does a nice job to put some high pressure. Johnson and Jackson really still working hard for Aegean, but they've been all over the pitch tonight, making continually 20, 30-yard runs. Johnson making another one. Aegean looking to switch the point of attack here. Noriega does a nice job to pressure. Barnes forced to go all the way back to Ramos. Back up the other side. Trying to find space over here. Pelta on it. Noriega a little back flick. Back to Noriega. That second ball, just second touch getting away from him. As we've seen so often tonight for both squads. Game opening up now. Teams getting it, getting into the attack. Still getting some numbers forward, still getting some numbers back. But much more of a very intentional attack. Jackson looking for the long blast. Looked to have gotten the field goal just inside the left upright. But no threat to Kareem. Yinzer's getting some fresh legs back in. Gardner coming in. So did Zahir. See whether these fresh legs can make a difference for the Yinzers. We hear you got to win two. I'm talking about that second ball. First ball going, second one then does change possession. Long ball. Ball flicked out. Yinzers throw. We have a Lee for Lee switch here. Lee coming off. Looks like he's a little worse for the wear, taking some knocks. Again, certainly has covered his space tonight. Ball completely went out. Aegean's looking for the quick throw. Jackson's trying to flick it, finds his man. They find Johnson in a one-on-one situation. Johnson hesitates a little bit, cuts it in, goes down, and oh, we do get the penalty kick. Yinzer's not happy about that. Johnson used his right foot to cut it inside. He's been favoring that left foot. Hard to tell where the initial contact came from. We'll see what the rolling is here. Not going to be surprised either way here. This gets overturned. It was close. He cut in, seemed to be going down. And it is called off. Our initial thought was it did look like Johnson was going down kind of more on his own. Play transitioned quickly. Referee was upfield, was making the run hard to get into play. Was not able to see the angle. AR1 here on this side had the perfect view. Great use of communication back and forth between the referee crew. Conversation probably went to the effect of, what did you see? Who had the first bit of contact? Was he already on his way down? That seemed to be a yes. So it was waved off. Much less of an argument there by Aegean after it was waved off than there was the initial call complained by the Yinzers. Flicking through, trying to find Peralta, busting through, or Perta. Down to the final 5. We've talked about all night. Johnson not here in this right flank, number 10. It's probably who things are going to go through. Almost earned the pony kick. Shot coming, going wide all the way. Kareem dove, extended just in case. We've had the same battle out here on the right flank most of the night. Johnson up against Aiden Doherty. Doherty doing a nice job with the very shifty and paceful Johnson. Wonder if anything would have looked different if they had shifted Johnson over to the left side or even into the middle. Kind of mix up the views, mix up the matchups. Petruski does a nice job, gets control. Gets it shielded, earns the foul. Took a little bit of a knock. He's kind of hobbling as he jogs away. Certainly looking determined like he wants to stay in it. Aforementioned Doherty here looking to bang it. Big Schulman going, Schuler going forward, looking far post. Yinzer's definitely putting some numbers forward. Going to leave themselves exposed if this ball comes back quickly. But they're going for it. Oh, they find their man, find Schuler right on his head. Aegean won it, got it flicked out. They're looking for a free kick. As the ball was being cleared by Barnes, there was definitely an attacker. Looks like Rodman coming in. Might have got a little bit of cleat on the knee as Barnes was going for it. Second ball flicked in. Third ball flicked in. Ball going through. Perta on it. Not able to get a turn. Yinzers will stay with it. Schuler says, I better return home. Comes back to his defensive role. See if each team has one left in the attack here. We had said way back at halftime off air that we really thought this game was going to end 1-0. Next goal was going to win it. Both teams have been very disciplined defensively. It felt like either team scored a goal. They were going to go from defending with 7 and 8 to defending with 9, 10, 11. So I think certainly at this point, if either team gets it, we're going to have a booking there for Petruski, stopping a promising attack. Aegean trying to go quick. Not a time when you can do that. Referee stop play. Has to record it in their book. Barnes has it. All targets are forward. He's going to bang this. Put it into the mixer. About 8 players from both sides on it. Schuler gets the initial touch. Yinzers gets the second. They collect it. Get it out to the flank. Ball ping-pongs around. Bradley did a nice job there. Able to collect it off the Yinz defender. Yinz does win this corner. Down to the final few minutes of this match. Both teams have been looking for something in the attack. Trying to win some balls in the midfield. Oh, almost misplayed. That ball was really drifted. Ramos was waiting for it. Almost didn't get to him in time. Up over the top. Not taking any chances there. Cherry immediately heads it out. See Aegean trying to kind of lumber forward. Most players have heavy legs at this point. A little bit of a grab. Yinz just do a nice job winning in the attack. We're in a 1-on-2. Got about 4 players running in the 4-on-5. Slots it across. Finds Petruski. Oh, just slid out by Barnes. Rodman had been able to make that first touch and either taken himself or flicked it out. Might have been able to create some space for Petruski. Barnes read it well. Big in-swinger up over the top. Ramos will let this ride out for a goal kick. And there we have it, folks. Our 0-0 tie. About as even as a matchup as you will see all year in this SSL or any of the leagues that we cover. Battle throughout the midfield all night. Both teams defending well and disciplined with numbers. Not able to break through. So, folks, on behalf of myself, Matt Geyer, the fantastic Donovan Wallace, we have stayed with you. We hope you've been able to stay with us. We hope that you will like and subscribe and continue to follow DMV Sports Media. We will have another full slate of games from you all over the region next Saturday and Sunday as UPSL and SSL are really starting to crank up. So for tonight, thank you for hanging with us here at Langley High School in McLean, Virginia. We conclude with a 0-0 tie. Folks, have a great night. Stay warm, stay safe, and we will see you next week.